I'm delighted to be joined by Chris de Bruin, Chief Executive of Westpac's Consumer and Business Bank. Chris, thanks for joining us. The bank has announced the rollout of new personal finance management tools for the Westpac app. Can you talk us a little bit through how this will add to the customer experience?
Yes, thank you for hosting me. What our customers are telling us is that they want simple, safe, and secure transactions and services from us. But they also want it to be relevant to their circumstance. And what PFM Tools does is it organizes the information about their financial relationship with us in a way that's easy to understand, intuitive to grasp, and puts them in a much more material way in control of their financial life. They can see what's going on, and we're providing some tools in this first release that helps categorize and organize expenses, and they can see what they're using our financial products to pay for, and it gives them a sense for what's going on in their life. And from that, we then add to that some budgeting tools that will help them understand where they are and how they're working with their own money. And the idea is very simple. Customers want to be in control of their lives. And if you're in control of your financial life, it means you see in the information, you can interpret it really well, and you can make decisions off the back of that. And it's particularly relevant at this time.
Now, cost of living pressures front of mind for many of our customers. Can these new features help them to better manage those pressures?
Well, customers, when we talk to them, tell us the most important things for them are cost of utilities, fuel, electricity, gas, basic stuff. And what the app will start to do is begin a dialogue with the customer that says, here's your information, this is what you're spending on these things, this is what it's doing to your household budget. And that puts the customer in control. And that's what we're trying to achieve. Over time, we hope to augment that with data that is external to the customer, which says people like you are perhaps doing it in a slightly different way. But we start with this very basic and important thing, which is to put the data in the hands of customers and put them in control of their own finances.
Now, the new features incorporate capabilities from Money Brilliant, which Westpac acquired, of course, earlier this year. Are you still on the lookout for any new innovations from startups, or is there a sort of preference to develop more innovation from our in-house teams?
So every one of these areas, we think very deeply about them. First, we need to see whether it's something that's on our roadmap. And then every point that it's our roadmap, we make a very explicit decision around whether we have the capability and the speed to build, or whether there's a tactical acquisition out there. So this is a great example of somewhere where we could have spent 20 months defining it, building it, thinking about it, but there was a ready-made opportunity for something that was, to use the pun, quite brilliant. I mean, Money Brilliant have been doing this for a long time, and we're exceptionally good at that. They became available. It's been a wonderful deal for us. The teams come in-house. We think they're terrific. They've settled well, we've kept the intellectual property, and it's now a foundational component, so what we would call a platform, that will continue to build capability in this area, and our investment dollars will not be going to catching up, but building competitive advantage. Wherever we can find something that accelerates our journey in a way that makes sensible for customers, we will do that. But it's important to recognize that we're already a very large digital bank. We already do more digital transactions than we do analog transactions, almost 30 times more interactions digitally with our customers. And all of that was built by our own teams. So we have this really strong capability that is giving digital product to our customers. More than 5 million customers use us every month. So that's a big digital bank, whichever way you cut it. And so we have a terrific team internally. And these are all about augmenting that terrific team with capabilities that we don't have so that we meet the full suite of customer needs.
And of course, a big part of the piece is security, and you've always stressed the importance of keeping our customers' information secure. What steps is the bank taking to make sure that as we add these new additions to the app, that security is still strong?
Well, you're right. Security is the number one item. We talk a lot about making life easier for customers, but it's not easy if it's not safe. Right? And nobody understands the hassle of retrieving data, getting your cards reissued if you've lost them. We've all had that experience at least one time in our lives and hope never to have it twice, because it's a tough moment. So we're very conscious that when we build products, we need to make it clear to ourselves and to our customers that we are focusing on safety first. And that means all of our encryption needs to be up at the right standards. So, all of our cyber controls need to be at the right standards. And we continue to invest very heavily in those areas. But also this theme of putting customers in control of their lives means we put more functionality into the app, which the customer can control their own security. I think the customer block and other things that are in that app are really, really valuable.
Now these personal finance management tools are just the latest in a series of new digital enhancements that the bank has rolled out in recent weeks. How are you feeling now about where the bank is placed in terms of its digital offer to customers?
Well, it's an interesting question because there's kind of two answers. I'm feeling really good about where we are, and I'm feeling really uneasy about where we are. Let me talk about uneasy. The market is moving very, very quickly, and we need to constantly keep up. We cannot rest on our laurels. We need to constantly improve our processes, meet our customer expectations around digital products, digital services, and that is a tough game, and we just need to stay in a perpetual state of what I call unsatisfied. We can't ever step back and say we've made it. We just need to understand it's moving very, very quickly. But having said that, where do I feel we are today? The pace at which we move on digital now is significantly faster than it was before. Our ability to work through releases, put products in the hands of customers on regular intervals, that is much, much better than it was 2 years ago. And I feel that we are starting to build the muscles and the machinery and the habits to move really quickly and to operate at digital speed. I think there's some way to go. There's a few processes we could simplify, but we now put out releases every 2 weeks when we used to put them out quarterly, and that's an indication that we're moving closer and closer to being a company that moves at digital speed. So I'm feeling good about that. We're making great progress. We have great talent, both internally and what we've brought in from outside, and that's getting us to a place where we're moving fast enough in a very tough game.
I think we'll leave it there, Chris. Thanks for your time once again.
Thank you so much.